I competed in 2 different rounds on Saturday, a 90-meter round and a 1-meter round, or 0.9-meter round. This is the 0.90s. It was a super funky approach to one. We're going over it right there. Went well. This was a speed round. I got 4th place in this round. I took one wide turn, which I'll talk about later, which is what kind of cost me a lot of time. Jump 2 was fine. Nice and steady to jump 3. A little long, but not awful. Then over here to jump 4, which was a combination, which also rode a little. It was a little long to the last jump just because the first one got tight, but not awful. And that line rode really well. And then over to this end jump was also fine. End jumps used to be our worst area, but she's gotten really good about them. And then here in this line, I rode it way more direct, as you could see what everyone else took the path, because Bella sometimes has a hard time getting the horse show strides, just because we're used to always shortening at home, so that's why I rode that one more direct. And then here, that jump was fine, and then it was down to the last in and out, which I also thought rode great. So she was really, really good for this round. Like I said, we placed 4th, not awful, and so that was that round. Now this was my 1-meter round. Did not go as well. I think it was just a little bit of me riding it the same way as the 90s, but you can't ride the 0.90s in the meter the same for her. So jump 1, we got a little bit more close. She was looking at something right before the round, so she was kind of more fidgety this time. And then going up to jump 2, she kind of took one of those funky, weird, trippy steps, and we had jump 2 down. And then over to jump 3 was fine again. Now, this in and out, I thought rode a little bit more comfortably than the 0.90s, just because it's at the meter and she's better at combinations the higher they get. This line was again fine, and then over to the end jump was also fine. So this part of the course I thought rode great. This jump, the approach was fine, but I rode it too much like the 0.90, so I got really, really close to this one, so it got ugly. Yep. Then this turn was also wider than it needed to be, but it was fine. And then we got close to it because it got kind of funky, and then I tried to make up for it and it worked, but then she got sloppy and dropped the last rail. So that was the 1-meter round that we didn't place in.
Here you go, it's recording. Just don't hold it on the...
Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hi, Julia. Yeah. Say hello.
Hi. You want to tell us what you're doing?
So right now I am about to jump 2 foot.
Wait, let's watch Sophia.
Oh, so Sophia's holding. Okay. Bye bye.
So now we're going to move on to Sunday's round. This was a jump off classic. Jump 1 was fine. We did the ad here, so it looks really bad. And then we did a slight inside turn. There were 3 turn options. We took the middle one. This is the World Equestrian webcam footage, and it's not the greatest. Jump 3 was fine. There was an ad here from 3 to 4, but it doesn't really seem like it because I took a wider path, so it's not awful. And then coming up to the end jump, we were a little close, but not terrible again. Now we're going to go to this jump, which was gross and ugly, so we're just not going to look at it. Oof. And then we had that line rode fine. I actually got the number right there. And then we're going to go to this in and out, which is hard to see because, like I said, the webcam footage is not very amazing. But that line rode really well. And then this bending line was actually harder than it looks because Bella is one of those horses that thinks she knows where she's going, but she really doesn't. So she didn't think we were going that way. So that was the hard part about that. That jump was fine. And then this was easy to the in and out. Mainly on that last jump, you're like sit up, so you don't have the rail down. So that was round 1. You're going to see me kind of down transition, take a minute to breathe and think where I'm going for my jump off. So then I got buzzed and we go into the jump off. So for this jump off, it was really good. I loved how Bella was. She was super responsive. We unfortunately have 1 rail down on the last jump, which was just a misstep. Here, this rode fine. I got the right striding. I pushed a little bit harder because she was a lot more tired. And then here we took the most inside turn, and I had to really push for that jump. And then this was still the ad because I still took it a little bit wider, but I still had the fastest time out of everyone for the jump off. It was just that one rail, but it didn't knock me out of the placings. I still got third, so that was good. And then here, a lot better of a distance here, and then this line rode a lot better. It was a little close, not awful. And then this is where you're gonna see the rail on the first part of the combination, which was extremely heart-wrenching, but we still got third.